channel. My name is Joy. My background looks a little different just because I'm trying something else. I don't know, it looks ugly. I'm sitting on my bed. My cover doesn't look like anything. Nothing behind me looks like anything. Whatever. Today I am here to talk about something that's been on my mind, okay? Because my previous video that I did, my previous sit down video was about Bridgerton. I did a video and did a whole review on Bridgerton. I'll leave the link at the top of this video. For me, the biggest issue I had with Bridgerton was the way that it did not accurately depict the enemies to lovers trope on screen. If you are a romance reader, if you're someone who like enjoys to watch romance, you should be familiar with the enemies to lovers trope. If you're not familiar with the enemies to lovers trope, what it is two people who upon meeting just don't click, don't get along, they rub each other the wrong way, make each other upset. Underneath all of those negative feelings is attraction. They are drawn to each other. As the story progresses, the two characters, like through different circumstances, kind of like bury the hatchet, and then their attraction for each other is able to like surface. The enemies to lovers trope is extremely popular. Probably the most popular example of that would be Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen, that was adapted into a movie a few times. Y'all already know one of my favorite movies is Pride and Prejudice, made in 2006, starring Keira Knightley and that other guy. It is like one of the best depictions of the enemies to lovers trope. My issue with Bridgerton is that Bridgerton did not do it right. Bridgerton did not do enemies to lovers right. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's talk about how it was not done right. I'm gonna discuss this topic using other movie reference points. So I'm gonna use Pride and Prejudice, You Got Mail, and When Harry Met Sally. Pride and Prejudice stars Keira Knightley and the other guy. You Got Mail stars Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. When Harry Met Sally stars Meg Ryan again and Billy Crystal, okay? These three movies are my favorite, and it's because they do enemies to lovers so well. Let's break down the format of a good enemies to lovers storyline. First of all, enemies. Let's talk about it. Enemies is dramatic. Enemies is childish. It's childish to call somebody when you're grown as hell to call somebody your enemy, okay? I mean, are you the country of France? Bitch, why you got enemies? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's all about the context. What is the situation that happened that created the enemy? A lot of stories don't set the situation in a way that's believable, understandable, realistic, and not annoying. Why was Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy enemies? Because he was talking junk about her behind her back. He called her ugly and he wasn't smiling. Then Mr. Wickham was doing this, right? And talking about him to Elizabeth. That's why they're enemies. You Got Mail. They were enemies because, what's her name? Meg Ryan's character owned a small bookstore. Tom Hanks' character was the CEO or whatever, director of the mega chain bookstore that was moving in across the street or down the street that put her bookstore out of business. Now that's a good enemy plot. When Harry Met Sally. This one works because they met in college. So they were young. They were young, okay? Meg Ryan's character was silly. Billy Crystal's character was annoying. The reason why they were enemies was stupid, but they were like kids. High strung meets annoying equals enemy. What was the motivation for Kate and Anthony in the Netflix series? Was there a good motivation for them to be enemies? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with no. There was literally one conversation that she overheard where she felt like he was being a little crass, but he was talking with his boy. And I'm not saying it makes it right, but one conversation where he's laughing, they're clearly joking, that was their enemy storyline. It's 1800. Once again, like I said in my Bridgerton video about Edwina overreacting about like the fact that Anthony didn't love her. It's 1800. What is love? What has love got to do with it? Like Tina Turner said. The next important part of an enemies to lovers storyline is the dissolution of the enemy relationship and, oh my gosh, my earrings. Okay, we're just gonna take them off. The dissolution of the enemy relationship and the creation of a friendship. There has to be a friendship, a blooming friendship between the two enemies. So for example, Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth buried the hatchet and started to become friends because she started to see a different side to him. She started to see a sensitive, a caring, and an empathetic side to him through him helping her family in the different ways that he helped her family. Also, she started to see him with his sister. She saw him with his sister and the way he was with her. And that made her feel like, wow, he's a sensitive soul. I'd like a sensitive friend. So they became friends. You've Got Mail. They became friends because after Meg Ryan's character, I think her name is Kate, after her bookstore closed, it's water under the bridge now, boo. Like, the store is closed. I'm broke. May as well just be friends with the man. He's nice. He's funny. He's acting like he cares about my problems. You know, she was telling him about her love life. He was giving her advice. When Harry met Sally, they became friends because both of them went through a bad breakup. He was helping her through her depression. Because of her breakup, she was helping him. There was a friendship. Where was the friendship in Bridgerton? Now, if you can find the friendship in Bridgerton, please put it in the comments. Where did Kate and Anthony, where was the groundwork for friendship laid? And where was the hatchet buried? If y'all can give me answers, I'll shut up about it. They did not write a point where Kate and Anthony decide to let bygones, be mature adults, and we also didn't see valid reasons for them to become friends. Therefore, they never became friends. Enemies to lovers storyline without a strong friendship section is incomplete. There was just not a legit point where I can say this is what happened that made it to where Kate and Anthony were no longer enemies and they were neutral. They were on solid ground and they were trying to be friends. It just never happened. The point where the show said, okay, we're going to pretend that the family are still friends, we're gonna present a united front, that would have been a good time for Kate and Anthony to begin their friendship era. They made it to where, and this was so annoying to me, they made it to where like their attraction to each other was just so strong that they couldn't even like be around each other. That was a little bit annoying for me. Okay guys, like what is this? Are we in junior high? So the third part that makes a good, legitimate enemies to lovers story is they have to become lovers. If you've watched the show, you know that they do indeed become lovers. But I fear that the directors and the story makers took that a little too literally. Anthony and Kate had a pretty explicit sex scene. I was like, whoa! Like, I felt like it was like from 0 to 100. They barely even had any conversation. They barely had any normal conversation. I think that the intention was to show how much in love they were with each other, but for me it just was like this feel like it wasn't earned. There was no groundwork. Pride and Prejudice, set around the same time period if I'm not mistaken, they had no intimacy whatsoever until the very last scene of the movie. It was just a kiss, and I felt like Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy barely spoke, so them just kissing at the end, to me, understandable. It felt like a good next step, right? You've Got Mail, same type of thing. Tom Hanks' character, Meg Ryan's character, whose name was Kate, they kissed in the very last scene of the movie, and the kiss makes sense because they been laying the groundwork for a relationship, both on and offline, and the kiss felt like, okay, 1 or 2 months they had been getting along pretty well, and so if they had went and decided to go to the bedroom, like, I would have been like, okay. When Harry met Sally, same thing. They didn't kiss until the last scene. Harry confessed how he felt about her, and it was so beautiful. The coming together as lovers needs to make sense. It needs to happen in a way that feels natural, doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel like gratuitous, which is what I felt about Bridgerton. I felt like this sex scene was gratuitous. Don't feel as though these two earned that scene. They did not spend enough time together, and I know that this is 1800 London and like they weren't really ever gonna have the chance to. Okay, fine. So then why are they fucking on the veranda? Pick an energy and stick with it. If y'all not gonna talk, if y'all can't be alone in the room, he should not be your in the backyard, wherever they was. Like, I just feel like at every stage, Bridgerton messed up. They did not create a solid reason for them to be enemies. They did not create a point where they explicitly, obviously, and on screen stopped being enemies and began to be friends. And the way they came together as lovers felt gratuitous, and it felt like it wasn't genuine. It didn't feel like it was earned by the characters. So I'm happy that you guys are happy with Bridgerton. The costumes in Bridgerton are gorgeous, even though I've heard some rumblings about issues with that too. The set, the scenery is gorgeous. Ballroom scenes are just breathtaking. There's so much to like about it. It could have been so much better, and Kate Anthony's story deserved better. In the book, Julia Quinn did an amazing job creating the enemies to lovers story, and I really wanted to see that on screen, and I did not see that. I feel like the people who are over Bridgerton saw dollar signs, they saw a bestseller romance, and they took it and ran with it. They are not actually purveyors and lovers of romance. They're not purveyors and lovers of the romance genre, and I feel like it's obvious because it just wasn't enough romance on the screen. Romance is a genre for a reason. There are rules to it. The people who put this drama together just felt like they didn't have to follow the rules, and it would still be okay. That's all I have to say in this video. I just wanted to just get that off my chest because it had been burning in my spirit. I was like, what is it? What is it about this? I keep seeing people give so much accolades to this show, and it's bugging me, and that's what it is. They didn't actually do a proper enemy to lovers romance. They didn't do it. That's it. That's all I have for this video this time. If you like my video, like it. Want to subscribe to me, subscribe to me. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, girl, before I die. Thank you for all the feedback on my last video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Promise I would change, but something stayed the same. Wanted to do better,